What's going on, guys? I'm Peter Parkour, the Distorted Theorist, and we are back on Sci-Fi on the Rock Day 3. Right now, the sun has gone away, so we're actually not boiling at this moment, which I think is a blessing in disguise for many of our cosplayers. But I am joined by a duo right now. Who are you guys? Who are you? And tell us who you are.
Absolutely. My name is Kristy.
Perfect.
This is one half of my twin daughters, Cass. The other one is floating around. But, she's a little more experienced. I'm a little newer, so we'll see what's out.
And what are we dressed as? I recognize this one.
I'm absolutely the Mad Hatter, one of my favorite characters.
Perfect.
Alice in Wonderland being my favorite movie.
Yes.
The cartoon, hands down, the best version, in my opinion.
Sorry, Johnny, you tried. I mean,
yeah,
that's
I'm pretty good. I'm not going to turn out Johnny Depp, but definitely got to go old school with the vintage Disney cartoon.
Fair enough.
So, yeah.
I'm Shadow from Sk8 the Infinity, and a lot of people around have not known what I am today. There were a couple that recognized who I was, because Sk8 the Infinity is rather new. I think it came out in 2020 or 2021. Really good anime. I recommend it.
I was just going to say, is it anime? Is it a book? I don't know what it is.
It's an anime, and I hands down recommend it. It's 12 episodes. Watch it. It's good.
So what's the premise? I'm assuming skateboarding.
There's this underground skateboarding club.
Okay.
And Shadow is one of the members. He's sort of the bully of the group. He's kind of haha, you lost, that kind of thing.
Fair enough.
So I really enjoy his character, and so I decided to cosplay him today.
I've always dug the Joker style makeup. Now I know this is the Shadow's own thing, but I've always loved the white face paint and then whatever's going on with the eyes. If I'm selecting a character in a video game, I always make sure they've got bleeding eyes in some way, shape, or form. So I'm digging this for sure.
His makeup is inspired by Kiss and
Fair
stuff.
enough, absolutely.
So.
I can get behind that for sure too. The old classic rock vibes with that. Okay, so in terms of creating cosplay, you said that you mentioned that you've been doing this for a while, and Kristy, you're relatively new.
I've been about 4 years. Yeah, 4 years, and you've been about a year, I think.
So they kind of started out more buying
Okay.
the cosplays, I think, online,
Yeah,
best friend.
definitely.
And I think as it's grown, we've all kind of progressed into making them,
Okay.
thrifting them. So, of course, being the financial backing of the group.
The bankroll, if you will.
Absolutely. I just, toss some money. I really like the moving to the secondhand.
Well, yeah, because this was all put together.
All
None
put
of this
together.
was
We made the cape.
None of this was purchased. It was all handmade.
All either
Love
handmade or thrifted. So,
Excellent.
I done the cape and done this, and she done these. So
There we go.
not only that, we kind of find it fun for us.
Yep.
You're building that momentum leading up to the con and to the cosplay, and because you're seeing it start from a pile of material on the table,
That's right.
moving to.
It's really fun to be proud of something you've put together
Yes.
yourself.
You get to see something take shape, and we've had a couple of people that have mentioned that. It's one thing to be like, okay, here's the stuff that I'm going to use. And then once you actually start to see okay, well, now the hair piece is coming together. Now the vest is now part of the shoulder pauldrons, and now I'm making the weapons and all this stuff and whatever else is going into part of it. Because yes, it's a collection of pieces, collection of its parts, and once these parts become that one item, then it's what you're going to be going as. And that's again, I'm a big Lego buff, and that's the thing. You got a whole bunch of pieces, and I'm like, I don't know what that is, and boom, Lamborghini, done.
Yeah.
There, right there, right?
Absolutely.
I'm an artist, so it's a whole trust the process.
Exactly.
Sometimes
Eventually,
you look at something and it's ooh, no,
Yeah.
and then it's done. And you're like, yeah, I like it now.
I had to give it 20 more minutes. So what got you into cosplay? Really and truly, what was the moment that was just like, okay, this is what I'm going to start doing?
I think it was when we went to Gander Geek Fest back in 2019 or 18, I think.
Okay.
And I'd seen some stuff about cosplay online, and I was like, this looks fun. I should really try this.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were all thinking what do we do? And I was actually watching the show that I did the cosplay from that year. It was Star Wars with the Forces of Evil. It was bad. It was really over cosplay. It was bad. But I was like, I want to cosplay Eclipsa from Star Wars with the Forces of Evil. And I was like, I'm going to put this together now. And it sort of just formed there.
Went from that point. And yourself, Kristy?
I think I've always enjoyed Halloween. I guess
Yeah.
we kind of started there. Even when they were small, we'd still kind of start. They have a brother, so I know one year he was this high, and I made him a mummy costume because
Nice.
Newfoundland weather, you got to be prepared for the cold. So got all this lined of clothes and just tore strips and strips and strips and made this. So it kind of started there, and I've always been interested in it. I guess being a little older,
Stop
you know, is
Stop
not
it.
you don't see a lot, and we're from out in Central, so you don't see the same
Right.
community as you
There's
see
like
here.
3 people in our town that cosplay, and they're 2 of them.
And they're 2 of them. So that kind of, but is, Gander Geek Fest, I'll give them a little shout out.
There you go. Absolutely.
They've definitely
You won their
started
costume
to
contest.
open that up
Yeah.
for the geeky community, I guess.
And I think Kat just mentioned, did
You
you
won their
win?
costume
I
contest this
did
year.
won first place.
There you
The
go.
costume contest.
See,
was
watch
Ursula.
out. There's going to be more coming.
As Ursula, handmade again as well.
Yes.
So that was good. And it's kind of a little bit of a funny story. When I was in high school many years ago, I was doing an advanced writing course.
Okay.
So I wanted to drop that to take clothing. So the guidance counselor was like, well, I don't really want you to do that. And he's like, you can give me a good reason. I'll let you do it. I said, okay, well, what if, in the future my kids need clothes made and, I can't do it because I can only,
I can only write about it.
I can only write about it.
I can write about what you'd like to wear.
I can't
Enjoy.
sit there and make it. And he's like, you're not going to leave me alone. I said, no. Alrighty, said, clothing you go. And,
Done
25
deal.
years later, here we are. Done deal.
And yes, and that's it. And so you've already got 1 championship under your belt.
Absolutely.
So Cass, step it up. Come
Yeah.
on, we got to work on that now.
And I will say this, all's fair in cosplay
Yes.
costumes. Like, it's not, it's
I know.
kids and-
Exactly.
It's like, no, I'm totally
I'm like, no, I'm gonna kick your ass and I'm gonna enjoy it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you want to walk from St. John's? No. But
Yeah.
that's kind of how we got into it. And it's just growing. It's fun. We like to do it together as a family thing.
Yes, and that's the thing, because again, it's always a community thing. So now, for the 2 of you, a dream cosplay, as in money is not an issue, time is not a constraint. What would you love? It's just like, I want to build that Iron Man thing. I want to.
You can go first. I got too many in my brain.
Okay, I totally have one, and I did see it on Facebook. Someone's on it from a huge can. The other mother from Coraline.
Okay, so my wife is right here, and she's a huge Coraline fan.
I love Coraline. Oh my god.
So, yeah, the other mother.
And in her spider version, like, Jussie's big legs, big arms.
A whole,
big,
like,
the
spider
whole
creeping
kinda
out.
stocky thing.
Gotta get that grin.
Yeah.
Horrifying
somehow
grin.
get those button eyes, on the
Nightmare
go.
inducing.
But,
Oh, there's a way. I'm pretty sure you could figure out how to do those buttons for sure.
I think so. I feel like we could. So that would kind of be my pretty
Your
big
dream one?
Yep.
Well, who knows? Maybe next year at
Maybe
Sci-Fi, maybe
next
we'll see
year.
the other mother.
We will.
Perhaps.
Will you be a Coraline?
Perhaps.
There you go.
I have 2 dream cosplays of mine because they're like bouncing around my head and I can't pick between them for the same thing.
Yeah.
I would like to do either Jessie McCree from Overwatch or
Okay.
Torbjorn from Overwatch.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because I just think that McCree's my favorite character, but I think that
Matt Mercer. Remember, you gotta start
Matt
following us.
Mercer. But I feel like the armor build on Torbjorn would just be like so fun to do.
Oh, that's some
it's just,
big armor.
I
That's the
cosplay,
big
like, 80% guys and like 20% girls, so I feel like Torbjorn would just be so much fun to do. I'm a little tall for it, but
There's a lot of good costumes or and systems and all the stuff from Overwatch too. Because I remember when that first came out. And again, like I've watched cosplay from afar, and when Overwatch first came out, I'm like, oh, this is dangerous
Oh,
because
no.
there's a lot of grace. Because it's just, and the way that they made that game is just fun. Obviously, we've got Overwatch 2 coming out this October, which is going to be, there's going to be more stuff. They've already introduced one character, which I think is
the Junker Queen.
Oh, she's got the axes. I love her. So cool.
Cora's like, she wants to cosplay Junkrat so bad.
Right.
Like, we want to do Junkrat and Roadhog sometime, and I'm like, yes, let's do it. I
There
want to
we
cosplay
go.
Roadhog.
Done deal.
Avex is coming. I don't know. So,
I know, we can do another
maybe
one.
We'll see how that goes. But
So, in terms of that, we're going to move away from a little bit of the cosplay side. I've mentioned Overwatch 2, so you can't use that as an answer. But in terms of the world of geek and the world of sci-fi and the world of nerdiness, what is the things you're most interested in that's coming out in weeks or in months or in years?
Well, I think Sk8 the Infinity is getting its 2nd season.
Well, there we go.
So that's something I'm very excited for.
Yeah.
Anything else? Nothing. Do you have anything?
I'm not as much into the anime shows and manga and stuff. Now, I do play Warhammer.
She's a Warhammer player.
Yes. I have also beat my son at Warhammer. Sorry.
Oh,
Anyways, I'm riding a high here right
yeah.
now.
She got a championship. She's beating the crap out of her kids.
On Warhammer, so, I don't know. Now, maybe that's not new as such. I will say it's new to me, so to kind of see, and these guys have kind of got us family-wise into, the Dungeons and Dragons. See,
Mhm.
my son and I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Warhammer, so a little bit of Magic kind of tossed in there at times.
Perfect.
So I guess, I like that interactive gaming stuff
Yep.
kind of thing. So just to kind of see where that goes.
Where that goes
And
from there.
I consider myself a pretty creative person, so I like how much you can do with it.
Yes.
And how far, because when I was a kid, when you heard Dungeons and Dragons, it was like,
It was taboo.
oh, it was.
And now it's hugely
They
popular.
have a club at school. They
Right.
play
We do.
after
Our
school.
friend over there, the Gundam.
Oh, yeah.
started it, and there were a few of us in it. We had a cake at the end of the year. It had a burning tree on it because we burned out a
Nice.
forest at the beginning of the year.
Some players just want to see their world burn. That's
Yeah.
all it really
I was like
is.
a little demon man. I was like this tall.
And you probably threw the first, flanker
Yeah.
into the trees, but nonetheless. So that's kind of where I am. I'd like to see, and I kind of tag along with them, learn
Yep.
from them, and we're enjoying it. We're
That's
really
awesome.
having fun with it.
We love to hear that. Now, before we sign off, I'm going to turn it over to you guys once more. Socials, anything that you want to plug for any creations or anything. Cass is already
I'm like, I am Haunted Candle on Instagram, and I think TikTok is the same. And I have a drawing account that's linked through there. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's just Haunted Candle draws. But yeah, those two are. I think they're both just under Haunted Candle.
Okay. Cool.
I think that's it.
And yourself?
I played Carmen San Diego on a Commodore 64. What can I say? I'm, Facebook.
That
is-
statement has aged you so much.
Sorry. To all the ones out there that played Carmen San Diego on a Commodore 64.
I played it on Windows 3.1.
I'm your person.
Here back in the day. Well, that's my.
Message Haunted Candle draws, and we can talk.
We'll
Carmen
go
San
from
Diego,
there.
but-
All right, so that's going to be it from us on Sci-Fi on the Rock Day 3. I am Peter Parkour. Before we sign off, I want to make sure that, as always, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you are, because, we're releasing content like this. We're going to be trying to hit all the cons as much as we can in amongst our big boy jobs and whatnot. But as always, make sure to comment, like, share, and make sure to hit that notification button so you're always notified of the next bit of content that the Distorted Theorists are going to be releasing. So I am Peter Parkour of the Distorted Theorists, signing off, like we always say on the channel, keep it real.